honored to be here. I am not a doctor. I do just want to say thank you. But being an acupuncturist means I have a master in acupuncture and Oriental medicine, but I am not a doctor. So the heartbeat of healing. I invite you to place your hands over your heart. Just kind of connect for a moment. Perhaps you feel it beating. Our 10-ounce heart beats more than 100,000 times a day. It defines life. It starts to flutter before it's even fully born, before it's even fully created, and it stops last. We think about the excitement and the reassurance of parents when they first hear the unborn child's heartbeat. And death is defined when it stops. So the heart starts first and ends last. The old medical understanding of the heart was that of a durable pump. And it is. It's resilient. It's constant. I like to think of it like a drum, like our drum beat, like our personal beat. But now we know that the heart is much more. The heart is a complex organ with many, many layers. It has its own intelligence and has its own memory. It perceives. It sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. It has decision-making abilities independent of the brain. And our collective knowledge, our innate understanding of the heart is reflected in our language. Right? Follow your heart. Let's have a heart-to-heart talk. Bless your heart. What do you think? Think of somebody else say one. Heart of the matter. I love that. Listen to your heart. He or she is a heartbreaker. It's heartfelt. Any others?
Heartburst.
Jennifer, I thought of that. And it's true. That's great.
Put your heart into it.
Excellent.
Heart's desire.
Mm-hmm.
Learn it by heart.
Excellent. Yeah.
Home is where the heart is.
Heart and soul. The heart wants what the heart wants.
And the heart knows. It's in Chinese medicine, we think of the heart as the most precious organ of the body, the emperor, the empress, and everybody else's job in the body is to protect the heart. The heart holds our destiny, our sense of destiny, our sense of purpose. So, the pulsing of our heart emits an electromagnetic field that can be measured more than 10 feet away from our body. So if you think about that, it's emanating out from us in all directions. So you might want to just take a little look around and see who your energy field is meshing with. Your heart's energy field is overlapping and interacting in community. Our heartbeat is directly connected to our emotional state. This means that we can influence our own health and actually the health of others by regulating our heartbeat. The quality of energy that radiates from our heart by aligning our heart with mind with positive emotions makes a healing internal environment as well as an external environment. So emotions of anger, frustration, worry, betrayal, anxiety create nervous system chaos within and radiate what's called an incoherent or unorganized electromagnetic field without. So one way that you can picture this perhaps is an incoherent wave sign looks kind of like this. You know, it's like spinning your wheels. You can't really get any traction. It's disorganized. It doesn't flow. And it's very disruptive. It's like internal nervous chaos. It's so your nervous system, your hormonal system, your immune system all responds to that chaotic state of being in a way that is not optimal. So when we take our mind and our emotion and our heart and we synchronize them in positive emotions such as gratitude, love, appreciation, and caring, we experience an optimal state of being called heart coherence. And that sine wave looks like this. It's very organized. And these are actually graphed, I just didn't bring pictures. But it's very organized, it's very powerful because it's synchronized. So that is called heart coherence. Heart coherence creates healthy, healing, organized energy. The field that radiates out from the heart, it optimizes internal functioning of the immune system, the nervous system, and the hormonal systems. And it allows a general sense of well-being, and it improves cognitive and social and physical performance. So if we can take a moment, we have this power to self-regulate our health by synchronizing our mind with our thoughts and our mind and our body. So you can't just say, well, I'm thankful. It's I mean,
Really?
yeah, you can try. I mean, it helps. It's a first step, but you have to really feel it in your body. And I would like to take you on a little exercise to do that in just a moment. So heart coherence creates health and healing on a personal and a social and perhaps even a global level. So you can imagine this. We know that we can connect our mind and body into positive emotions like gratitude and appreciation, and that will help our immune system, our nervous system, and our hormonal systems function more optimally. But when we do that, we are also affecting the people around us because our energy field is much more coherent. It reflects those internal feelings, and that internal energy radiates out. And so you can affect the people around you. So, for example, if you know somebody who's really having a hard time, maybe you don't really know what to say to them, but you can just kind of sit with them and get into that space. And your energy will help them heal. It will help synchronize and bring them into a coherent state. So we have the potential to, nourish and heal ourselves and create a coherent state through connecting our mind and body through positive emotions, and also the opportunity to help those around us. And there's even research being done by the Heart Math Institute where they're putting, these different, I see some nodding heads if people are familiar with them. They are measuring the effects of people going into these coherent states and how that might affect the global energy. And I have to wonder if that is how intercessory prayer works when we pray for others. Because we know, it's an interesting work by Dr. Larry Dawsey, who said, more nodding heads, yeah. There's some research that he did showed that people who were chronically ill, actually with AIDS, who did not know they were being prayed for, did better than the control group who were not being prayed for, showing that even if we don't know we're being prayed for, that somehow those prayers, reach, great distances and are effective. And I have to wonder if maybe there's just the other World Wide Web, I think, Ted Kapschuk has written a book that's a real classic in Chinese medicine called The Web That Has No Weaver. And I think, and I understand where he's coming from, but it made me smile when I think, well, maybe we are all the weavers. Yeah. So, if you want to know more about this idea and what's going on globally, you can look up HeartMath Institute online. So let's experience heart coherence together using a breathing method called the Quick Coherence Technique by HeartMath Institute, and I'll just be happy to lead you through that. I would say, it's probably 5 minutes, maybe not even that long. We'll just kind of see how it goes. I'd like to sit down and do this. Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Here, I'll just, since we're moving it now.
Yes, we're moving it.
Okay. So, if everybody can just kind of, get comfortable. It's nice when you put your feet flat on the floor. Kind of shake out your tension a little bit. And then start with some deep breaths into your belly. Sit up straight. Fill your belly with inspiration, the breath of life. Now, if you would bring that deep breathing to your chest, and even imagine breathing in and out with your heart. And expanding that breath to include your front of your body as well as the back of your body. And now, continuing with breathing with your heart, think of something that you really care about, something that really, maybe a childhood, memory or a memory of someone you love that makes you truly happy, joyful, appreciative, something you're very grateful for. Just, search your being for those thoughts, those memories. Just continue breathing with those thoughts or memories for another moment. That is how we can take ourselves and help others also get into a coherent heart state where the energy field from our heart that's radiating out 10 feet all around us becomes a healing grid, if you will. And heart coherence is different than relaxation. The state that we go into when we're relaxed does not produce the strength that that coherence does. And I just want to mention that, because some people think it's just a state of relaxation, but it really isn't. It's really uniting the body and the mind with positive emotion. So in July of 2014, I became certified by Acupuncturists Without Borders through their Healing Community Trauma Program. It was then that I first learned about the capacity for heart coherence to really help individuals and groups in trauma. So with a far-reaching 20-minute treatment called 5-needle protocol, we can help bring people into the state of coherence whose nervous systems are very chaotic, either due to trauma of many different types, let's just say it like that, due to trauma, due to stress, due to strife. And the power of that treatment and learning that acupuncture could really help people shift into a more coherent state and support them in staying in a coherent state really hit home for me. So at Wellspring Clinic, we developed a program called Points of Grace Community Acupuncture. And every Wednesday afternoon between noon and 3, we have an open door where we have a lovely room set up with soft music and low lights and comfortable chairs, and people come in and they just take a seat and they receive a treatment, this 5-needle protocol, which is in the ears, so nobody has to take anything off or do, they just come in and sit down. And then people rest sitting for about 15 to 20 minutes. And attendees, report great relief for a variety of things. They feel more relaxed, they feel more at peace, their pain levels go down, their needs for medication are down, especially people with experiencing PTSD are really appreciating this service. And so we began doing this about 15 weeks ago, and we have had almost 500 people come through. Yeah. It's really lovely to be there, and I know some of you have been there, and it would be nice to hear some feedback if anybody wants to share that.
It's heaven. I didn't want to leave. and it helped keep me centered all week. It's been really nice. And I had pain in my knee. I still have some, but not at the level that I had. And even though it wasn't directly affecting my knee, it affected my whole body, which helped my knee. So it was very nice. Thank you.
My pleasure. So we have had 6 volunteers have contributed 96 hours of volunteer time. The average, so we offer this by donation. And so the average donation is about $6.50. The average cost to provide the service is about $23 per person. So to help sustain this program, Peace Health has created a fund through their hospital foundation called the Integrative Care Fund. So if anybody wants to make a tax-deductible donation through the Integrative Care Fund for Points of Grace, I'd just like to give you a big hug and ask that you put Points of Grace on the memo line of your check. So the heartbeat of healing is something that's accessible to all of us. It's something we can share and teach to those that we know. If we can weave it perhaps into our daily practice, it just takes a couple minutes. It's a nice thing, nice way to start the day. Maybe take a break in the middle of the day and maybe do it again at the end of the day. It's just a nice self-care practice, spiritual practice. It's very nourishing. It helps, I think, from my own experience, I feel like it's really enhanced my intuition. And that intuitive aspect of the heart's, knowledge, if you will. And I also feel like the more I practice it, like the bigger my energy field gets, and the stronger it is. So I invite you to, see what you experience and how it might affect your life. I think it helps also with resilience, and that is part of what heart coherence does, because we can't stay, I can't stay in a state of heart coherence all the time. I'm alive in the real world and interacting, I drive, driving is not a coherent state. But if we can practice that and go there, throughout the day or throughout the week, it makes it so our nervous systems are more resilient and can go there more easily. And so I offer that to you. So the heartbeat of healing can radiate from each of us. It is within our power to create a state of health and healing for ourselves and for those that we share life with. We can take time to align our mind and our heart with positive emotion, and in gratitude, love, and appreciation, we are the heartbeat of healing.